saying goodbye to your mentions doesn't look remotely fearless to me. But that's where we're at in this country, in what passes for courage. Women now think that their freedom is attached, or a segment of the female population and the simps who support them, that a portion of their freedom, a big portion of their happiness and freedom, is based on their ability to get abortion on demand. Elle Duncan, an ESPN broadcaster, released a video encouraging so-called girl dads to fight for abortion rights. She argued that women's freedom is directly related to their access to abortion. Modern American culture is obsessed with murder. Let's take a listen to Elle Duncan here.
Because over time, what started as a touching tribute to the bond between fathers and daughters has turned mostly into a kitschy, commercialized catchphrase. I know you've seen the t-shirts. I certainly see the hashtags. You know, you're playing catch in the yard, hashtag girl dad. Father's Day pics, hashtag girl dad. Literally any content with a girl in it, girl dad. But strip girls of their constitutional rights, silence. I want the dads watching to ask themselves a really honest question right now, and I mean that. How does the sentiment of being a girl dad evolve beyond superficial social media posts into actual advocacy? Are you carrying that same pride for your daughters into boardrooms, locker rooms, courtrooms? Are you doing everything in your power to protect their rights? Do you trust them to make difficult decisions for themselves and their bodies? Should they be given full agency over their own lives? Can you confidently state to the women in your lives that you've used your power and privilege as men for their betterment? That you've done all you can to ensure that at the very least, they'll have the same rights afforded to decades of women before them? I had a friend the other day tell me that I was fearless. It is quite the opposite. I am filled with fear. But this is not a fire drill, and so I'm going to keep speaking up, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it means saying goodbye to my mentions, even if it alienates me from a faction of the public. I don't know if anything that I am doing will help, but I'm trying. And I suppose that all I'm asking to all of you well-meaning, proud girl dads out there is, are you?
I'm going to take a minute here. Elle Duncan. She has her job at ESPN because she checks some boxes. She's cute. And she gets to cast herself as black. And again, maybe both her parents are black like she claims. I don't, nor do I care. Whatever box she checks, race, ethnicity, or what, doesn't qualify her for lead anchor role on ESPN. She's there because she's cute and because ESPN is obsessed with diversity, and she checks those boxes, and she has a liberal point of view and perspective. She was the third wheel on some sports talk radio show, I believe, in Atlanta. And, so I'm not going to denigrate her, but I am going to denigrate the idiocy that she just spewed there. And I don't know if I'll get this in the exact order she said it, but she feigns like how fearless she is. Oh, a friend told me I was fearless. But I'm not. I'm filled with fear, blah, blah, blah. But she's trying to say she's fearless. And then here's how she defines fear. Goodbye to my mentions. That's what we've done to courage now. That it's courageous now that if your social media mentions are negative, you're showing great courage. Again, I sit around and think about the men and women in American history that risked their lives, sacrificed their lives during the Civil War, stormed Normandy during a world war. That's what courage looks like to me. When I see videos of young people, old people standing in the street, staring down dogs and water hoses and law enforcement so that they can get their right to sit where they want, go to school where they want, get jobs where they want, that looks fearless to me. Saying goodbye to your mentions doesn't look remotely fearless to me. But that's where we're at in this country, in what passes for courage. Is, oh my God, people may criticize me in my mentions. That's how feminized this country has become, this culture has become. That we got people sitting on TV acting like, oh my God, I've got bad mentions. Look how courageous I am. That's how we define it now. No, we're all living off the sacrifices that people made that gave up their lives, sacrificed their limbs, came home quadriplegics. Again, yesterday, the events on the 4th of July made me go watch the movie Born on the 4th of July. And I believe Ron Corvick, the movie was Tom Cruise played the lead role. Again, the man came home a quadriplegic from Vietnam. All over his love of America and joining the Marines and supporting a war in Vietnam. That's what courage used to look like. It's not saying goodbye to your mentions. She used the word pride. Pride is not a virtue. I see so many people running around acting like pride is a virtue. We have a Pride Month. Are you kidding me? And I'm not even talking about the immorality of same sex. I'm not talking about that. We'll save that debate for another day. I'm talking about just pride as a virtue. Whether that be gay pride, black pride, trans pride, pride, whatever pride. Pride is not a virtue. It's something that takes you straight to hell. It's something that convinces you to do idiotic and stupid things, not in your best interest. Pride is idolatry's best friend. It leads to a life of sin. Anybody that you hear talking about pride as a virtue, wearing pride across the front of their shirt, promoting pride, and it doesn't matter what kind of pride it is, black, gay, trans, whatever. That is an idiot wearing a demonic symbol. It would almost be like, again, as I'm prone to say on this show, because I never leave myself out of it, it would be like me wearing a shirt that said gluttony. Gluttonous. But that's the direction we're headed in this society. We take pride in all the wrong things. She called abortion a constitutional right. It's not in the Constitution. That's what they just decided. I don't want to get in the name calling. And somehow, the right to abortion, women don't have full agency over their lives. That's not what we're talking about here. It's whether they have full agency over the life inside of their stomach. Is that up for debate? You didn't get pregnant by yourself. That's another human being inside your stomach. The question is, do you have full agency over whether that life inside your stomach gets to be born? That's the question. The Supreme Court has said it's not a federal issue. We want states to decide that. They haven't outlawed abortions. Most of the anti-abortion laws that are being debated in various states all have to do with babies or embryos or fetuses, whatever you want to call them, what should you have the right to do after 15 weeks? And so, again, no one is denying, for the most part, women the right to abort their babies. They just need to do it within the first 15 weeks. That's what's on the table. But this sick culture we have does not allow a debate of facts and truth. It's so satanic that truth and facts are seen as evil. The truth and facts are seen as an enemy and stand in the way of what we want to do. That's how sick this culture is.